Good morning. It's Gina. I know it's been a long time since I've vlogged, but it's also been a long time since I have done a good long round, an effective long round. And I think I've determined that I just am not very successful doing rounds over the summer. It was just too hard with the hectic schedule, and things just kept coming up and happening, and I just couldn't stick with it. So I decided to start now because school has started back and we're going to be getting back into a routine. And fortunately, I got my HCG like 2 days, 3 days before school started. So I was able to load and start my first VLCD on day one of school. So that was yesterday. So I'll just catch you up to where I am and what's happened. Alright, so the last round that I finished that was what I consider a good, successful, non-cheat, stick with it all the way through round. I finished that one in, I think around April, something like that. And my, or no, it was March. It was March because it was right before I went on vacation. And, yeah, I went to Turks and Caicos. So, my LDW at that point was 149.8. And I was really proud of that. I started out at 182 on that round. And then my first round, of course, I started out at 214.5. And so 214.5 down to 182. And then I got down to 177 on P3 and loaded and started my next round at, actually I went down to 188. Then 182 was where I started my next round after loading from 177. So I had two really successful rounds. Then I just kept trying rounds and I kept failing and I kept messing up or getting off track, or you know, I would have success, I would lose 10 and then, you know, get off track and gain it right back. So it just wasn't working, and I decided just to call it quits and do my best to maintain as much as possible over the summer. So when I went on vacation back in March, I'm going to stop because there's a camera on this one. When I went on vacation back in March, I gained some weight and never really took that off. I gained about 6 pounds. So I got up to 155 and I stabilized there for a long time, and I was fine with that. When I went to Vegas over the summer in June, I knew I would gain weight because of the way that the food is there and everything, and I ate. And I got up to 162, something like that. After I came home, that came off fairly quickly. Again, stabilized around 155, 156, something like that. And towards the end of the summer, I noticed that I put on about 3 pounds above that. So I was at about 158. And I know that the beginning of like August the 5th or 6th or something, I have that number logged in my calendar as one of the days. So that was kind of where I was. So I wasn't happy with that, but you know, it wasn't horrific. It was 9 pounds over my LDW. So anyway, that's about where I started this round, and then I loaded. And I loaded good. I think I started loading at about 160. So I think by the time I started loading, I was already at 160, and I got up to 165.6, and that was yesterday's weight. So I don't know how much I gained loading because I don't remember what I weighed before I started loading. But then my first VLCD was yesterday, and I released 2.4, I think. I was at 163.2 this morning. So that's a good start. That's about average for me, is a little over 2 pounds that first day. So I feel better about this round already because just yesterday I noticed, and it probably was because of this knot in my stomach, because I do not do well with the first day of school. I'll take these off. It's not quite as bright right now, but yeah, I don't do well with that, and it's like a big ordeal and a big lead up for me. I get nervous. We had a bad year last year, and it just makes me really in knots. So it could be that I was dealing with that, and that's why I didn't have any hunger. It could be the HCG. I'm not really sure, but I felt fine, and I didn't have to battle cravings, so that was really good. And then today, already I'm feeling strong and empowered, and like I can do this, and no hunger. So, you know, the load thing was kind of hard because I did gain quite a bit on that, and it's hard to see myself in the 160s. I can be comfortable in the 150s and not feel uncomfortable, but that's not where I want to end. But once I get in the 160s, I start to feel those old self-conscious feelings, those feelings that things don't look good, I don't feel good about myself, just all of that comes back. It's amazing what 5 pounds can do. So, you know, right before school started, sorry, I got someone's itching, I know I'd gotten down to 158, I remember that now, because I just had so much anxiety, and then I loaded. So yeah, I did gain about 7 pounds on my loading those 2 days. So that'll hopefully come off quickly. It's hard when you go from one decade to another in loading. For me at least, especially when it's 2 decades away from where you ended. You know, ending at 149 is good and bad. I got to see the 140s, but I knew it would probably be short-lived, and so I did settle on the 150s being okay. So anyway, that's where I am, and my goal this round is going to be to really, really, really stick with it, and be as disciplined as I was when I started this journey last September, because that's when I started. It's been almost a year since I started using HCG, and you know, I lost 65 pounds on it, and even now I'm still down over 50, or around 50 something, 55. That's not bad. So I'm happy, and I've been able to, I think, for the most part, keep it off, and I'm just hoping that this round proves to be successful. I'll feel successful if I end in the low 140s, because that would be a territory where I feel like I could stabilize in the 140s for a long time, and I'm really comfortable there. But we'll see. So wish me luck. I will do good about vlogging. I'm not going to probably vlog every single day, but I will do my best to update several times a week. So wish my baby luck. She really did not want to go to school this morning. She had a good day yesterday, but it was also very emotional for her. She hadn't been away from me that long in a long time, and it was hard for her to see her old teacher with a new class, and think that was just really confusing to her. And she said she wanted to go back to kindergarten, and she just doesn't like change. She's a lot like her mother that way. And although I wanted this change, because last year did get uncomfortable, and I just didn't really hit it off with her teacher, honestly, last year. But this year I have a really, really good feeling about her teacher. So I'm just waiting for her to hurry up and bond, and hurry up and you know, really like this teacher and these new friends in her class, so that she's not nervous anymore, because I know it's going to be a better year than it was last year. I can just tell by the personality. It's going to be even better than what she thought was great, and luckily she thought last year was great. So I'm just excited for what's really in store for her, because this year's going to be better. So anyway, she had a hard time, and cried a lot last night, and talked to me about it, but I think she'll be okay. So I'm at work. I gotta go. I will update everybody later, okay? Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Bye.